Hello, this is Julie Ann and Life with Collective Purpose. And today I have Don Lynch. I have known Don for, oh, my goodness, must be like 4 months now. Don is here in beautiful Puerto Vallarta, and Don has been doing some very interesting work concerning breakthrough for balance and harmony. And we're going to be talking about that on the show today. And he's going to be explaining really the importance of getting back to basics about who we are as human beings and what we can do to improve our own balance. Welcome, Don.
Hi, Julie.
Always nice to see you.
Same to you.
So tell us about how do we approach balance? What are we doing wrong?
Well, it's not really a matter of doing wrong. It's a matter of doing things better and being more inclusive. And one of the things that I preached on for the last few years is about us being just bags of water and how we're electrical. We have some electricity bouncing around in us. We have electrical generators in our body, and we have an animal brain up there actually running the whole show. And the animal brain's in charge of, hey, if it says, hey, I want to stop this heart, it's going to stop the heart. There's nothing that you can say or do about that. Your ego is not in charge. It likes to make you believe that it is, but it's not. The animal brain's in charge. And so part of that getting back to basics thing has evolved into another aspect, is that we're spinning. We have torsion. Our atoms are spinning in us. Our atoms are spinning outside of us. Our world is composed of spinning atoms. And we have to include torsion, spin, in our healing processes. It's a basic aspect. I mean, I asked somebody a few weeks ago, I said, how does modern medicine incorporate the healing aspect of torsion in the things that they do? And this person is a medical person, and he thought about it, and he said, oh, they have machines that spin. I'm like, no, I'm talking about the spin in the body. How do they work with that? Because we're all spinning, right? And we came to the conclusion that there wasn't any. And the only one I could think of was like in acupuncture, when they put a needle into a point, they spin it. And that creates a torsion effect in that system. And so moving on from there, once we recognize the value of spin, where it has to be incorporated into healing and creating harmony, is that if we take this this aspect of higher selves and higher ideas of ourselves, we have to see if we can activate a more balanced spin into ourselves and our lives and those around us. And I happened upon this newer aspect of things when I literally just got a download about how in my higher aspects of what I teach about torsion and sine waves and flower of life, and how to incorporate it all into what I call a multidimensional symmetry key. And then you can work with portals with that, and not only portals in your body, but outside your body. And one step up from that is actually including aspect of DNA in ourselves. And if you could picture a line of energy between the base of your animal brain and run up through your pineal, and you put the ladder of DNA into that, in a spinning aspect of that, and you spin it to the right. And this whole talk I'm talking here is for just general consumption, is that most people are always spinning to the left. If I work with somebody, they're spinning to the left. Like 98%, 99% of the people, all or majority of their spin is to the left. And if you go online, go to iamabagofwater.com, and you can see some of my videos there where I actually spin people to the left, and then some of them actually have physical reactions. And then we take those out, and then spin them to the right, and people go, oh, they're really unfamiliar with that right-hand spin stuff because it's all about left-hand spin. And we'll get more into that later as we go through this. So that left-hand spin is maintaining us. That's our maintaining thing. The right-hand spin we're unfamiliar with. It causes confusion even. It's that rare to us. Those people who can get that right-hand spin thing, they have some higher level experiences. And it's not experiences like next week or next year or 10 years from now. I mean, like that. This has dramatic and dynamic changes in people in how they interact on this plane of existence. Now, moving on. Going up into the animal brain and running a spinning DNA right-hand spin through your animal brain. I discovered that what was really weird was that if I tried to put left-hand spin into that, there was nothing there. And I talked to several of my higher level students, and they're all the same. I'm like, I don't know why or what it is about that, but that left-hand spin, try to put it in the DNA, this DNA activation going through the animal brain, it didn't, there was nothing there, literally. And it was just another piece of the puzzle that was thrown at me. I didn't know how it fit and everything. So just picture for yourself, look at yourself from outside of yourself and picture that right-hand spin, DNA running through your animal brain up into your pineal, and then run it down to your heart and feel the boost. Your brain, I think it's like 0.7 watts or something like that. I'm not sure what the exact number is, but the heart, I think, is like almost 3 watts. It's a generator. When you run it down there, you might feel a little different. So you run that DNA and you run it down from your pineal, down through the animal brain, down to your heart chakra, run it down through your spine, run it right down in through your tailbone, and spin the whole thing right, like this. And just feel that. Okay? So the next step was a few days after I had done this to myself, I noticed things were changing for me, and some of my higher level people were noticing dramatic changes in themselves, different than anything they'd experienced before. And they seemed to be like freer and easier to experience higher level stuff. Now, something triggered another download for me was that that aspect where he had have a negative or a zero type thing on that that DNA spin. There was something there that it just I couldn't figure it out, and they finally gave me the answer. And it was about there's like energies or entities or aliens or whatever name you want to put on it, and we're affecting people, and some, and it affects like people to do like really nasty stuff, and it affects other people in just like modified ways. But there's like, I was approached by actually several people over a matter of a few days, and talked to a few of my friends, and they told me about how a lot of this stuff is caused by these entities or whatever outside of ourselves that attach themselves to us. And so as a result of that, I got another download about how to eliminate that. And that was all about torque. And so if you're familiar with torque, torque is, if you're not familiar, is a directional force. And so like when you have spin, when something's spinning, like the planet is spinning, the torque, the force that is pushing out through the equator, the mass of the Earth forces, it becomes focused and forces the equator to be thicker than the rest of the planet. The planet is 20 kilometers thicker at the equator than elsewhere. And that's because of torque. And that's called positive torque. When it's spinning out like this, it's torque, positive torque. Now, everything's got a positive, negative. So you have a negative torque too. Negative torque is actually something that's keeping stuff on the planet, forcing it onto the planet. Now, some people might call that gravity. I'm not going to get in a debate about that, but that's what negative torque is. It is pushing things down and holding them on the planet, whereas the other positive torque is spinning out away from the planet. All right. So now if you got control over that spin, you theoretically could actually throw things off, right? If you can control that torque, control that torsion, you can spin things off. And so the newest technique is all about that. And so you can take and do this to yourself and do it to others. And it's real easy to do. It might sound complex to you if you're not familiar with some of this stuff, but don't sweat it. It's just basics. It's all about basic stuff. And so what you can do is just picture yourself from outside of yourself and picture torsion around your body. Picture it going, if you're looking at yourself, picture it going this way and holding this side still. Now, when you start pushing energy around your body this way, it might feel a little uncomfortable at first, but feel the resistance that's created and release it with a deep cleansing breath. So as you feel that, spin it up faster, but maintain neutral the other side. Spin it and hold the other side still, then spin it faster. And then feel the resistance build again, and then release that. All right. And then as you have that spinning, you just keep it going and you keep going faster and faster. Okay. Don't limit yourself. The idea here is take away those self-limiting beliefs. Okay. Now, as you have that spinning, you're holding neutral. Make it go as fast as you can without limit. Just imagine like the speed of light or faster. Okay. And then open it up over your body and outside your body, spinning it like this. Spin it. Okay. So you got that spinning effect going on and feel it. You can push it out and pull it in. Pull it in tight. Just like those ice skating figure skater guys, you know, the gals, they can pull it in, they go faster and faster and faster. And now squeeze it down like this. Squeeze it down, down, and just imagine like a saw blade or a very fine line of energy spinning this way and holding this one negative. Spin it. And now feel this. And go as fast as you can. Then release that as you feel them, release the points. And feel the effects. Take another deep breath and release anything you feel. And then go faster, make it go faster. And then open it up, push it out. pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, spin. And just feel that. Now, this is on yourself. Once you get it on yourself, get it going and practice it, then you can go, you can work on other people. All right, so this is just a basic energy thing. I don't know whatever you want to call it. I'm not a woo-woo person or anything like that. I just do, this is just basic science for me. And this is something that is ingrained in us. It's part of us. We're part of that. It's part of everything in us and around us. We have the ability to sense all this. You got to let go of all those self-limiting beliefs that you've acquired through your life.
It's interesting because it's okay and acceptable to go to someone to get a chakra clearing or somebody to go do a Reiki clearing, but nobody ever really considers, like you say, this very basic human spin that we all have, and that's we experience this all the time. And if you do what Don has said, then, and I have done this many times myself, you will feel more balanced. And it doesn't really matter what it is you can't often pinpoint what's going on. You can say, I feel strange, I feel weird, I feel like there's something wrong with my energy. I don't know what's going on, or I'm feeling confused, or I'm feeling down, or any of these things. You can just do this very simple exercise and put your spin.
Yeah. Well, this is actually just this is part of an entire course of videos that I've done over the years, and we're still working on to refine all of them and stuff. But this is high level stuff about putting balance not only to ourselves and those around us, but into planet Earth. This is basic stuff. I just had a friend of mine today sent me a picture. She went and did a meditation at a petroglyph and sent me the picture. And it's a petroglyph that is a spiral, right-hand spiral. That's been there for hundreds or maybe 1,000 years. And here's somebody, one of our ancestors, put a right-hand spiral on a rock, a beautiful right-hand spiral. She took the picture, and there's an orb in the picture right behind the rock.
Wow.
I mean, come on, this is so basic. We were more in tune to our planet and torsion 1,000 years ago than we are today.
Yes.
It's absolutely true. And the same goes for like all this ancient history stuff. I mean, these people, they were more in connection with their planet and other people and things and animals. Just like, come on, modern man, get your act together. You got all this good stuff you got going on, but really, let's expand on it. Let's get back to basics and have both of this world. I mean, and get rid of all this bad mojo and all, or whatever it is. Get rid of it. And it can't stick to the planet here. It can't stick to people. If you can spin it off with torque.
Yes.
Positive torque will change things instantly.
Yes.
It's science.
Yeah. I actually had this experience with Don last week because for those of you that know, I had been living for a short period of time in what was going to be my new retreat center, and I was living in the casita, and I'd heard from a number of people that that place had a lot of bad entities, bad energy, whatever you want to call it. And I had been experiencing this, and doing this exercise with Don cleared that. I haven't sensed it since we did that together. So So try this out, and then I'll be doing some other interviews with Don so that you can go a bit deeper into learning about some of the basic stuff, the basics about balance and about energy and about spin and torque. And like Don says, this is stuff that, you know, hundreds of years ago, it was common sense. And we appear to have lost a lot of that common sense. So we're here to try and bring some of that back and spread the news. So thanks for being with us, Don, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks, Julie.
Thanks so much.